My idea of making the lesson is older than my dream of becoming a documentary filmmaker. It was many years ago that I had my first encounter with a Jewish person, and only then I realized, actually, I've never met anybody before, even though it is so deep ingrained into my heart, and I felt this national guilt so deeply. I never had a personal encounter, and I'm from a very rural part of Germany, so I thought probably there are a lot of teenagers like me who are in a similar situation, for whom the story of the Second World War is more like a mystery and a tale. So because we never met any people who really are affected by it, except of us who were on the suppressing side, who descend from people who were perpetrators. Finding my protagonists for the documentary was not so easy. Even getting access to a classroom. In Germany, it's a tricky thing. You are filming with people that are very vulnerable, and so you hold a lot of responsibility, and I was very aware of that. So actually I was, in order to find the people I wanted to film with, I was thinking, what am I searching for? And actually I was searching for children whose families were living within the German borders during the Second World War, or within the territory that was occupied by Germany. So even though Germany is often used as a great example for how to do Vergangenheitsbewältigung, how to cope with your nation's past, I think we often are being given too much credit for it, actually. So it even reaches a point that we make it another gesture of superiority, that we are saying, oh look, we have had this horrible thing happening in Germany and we got over it. So I don't think that Germany can serve as a great example for other nations necessarily. I believe that we are often exercising a culture of innocence within the families. There is this abstract guilt, which is the guilt of the nation and the population as a whole, but the individuals and the families, they are practicing a culture of innocence. And I think that's where the danger lays, because no matter how intense teaching is in the schools, if you have a counterbalance like that within the family, it's very, very tricky to get your point across as a teacher. Finding the archive material that you can see in the lesson was one of my golden documentary filmmaking moments. I'm already feeling very nostalgic about it, because I don't think it happens very often to a filmmaker to find such an archive treasure. I was searching for normal material of everyday life of students, just like I was filming in the classroom that I was visiting. I was so glad to find it in Münster, and I found it pretty early during my process of filming, and was able to react to with my film to what I found in the archive material, in order to see, is there similarities? Are the children maybe even doing the same hobbies as they're doing in 1935? The teachers in Germany, they become very creative sometimes about how to speak about World War II. and maybe there's some inspiration to take from that for the case of Taiwan, because even from the outside it maybe looks strange to have children reenact the words of an SS officer, but in some way it gives another entry point into a discourse, it gives another way into the discussion. I mean, even if it looks strange or it's a bit maybe a clumsy attempt, I think there's not really a wrong way to do it. Just staying silent, that's the worst option. So I think we have to free ourselves from the idea of having a right way to speak and a wrong way to speak, because there's so much space in between, and I think that's where we meet.